Hey everyone, my name is Safa1, and today I want to give you the top 3 reasons not to sign to a record label. The first one is control over your music. Most record labels want you to cater to them unless they come to you. The second reason is mistakes. There are a lot of mistakes that have been made throughout the years on the record labels that I've been on. For example, the naming of the project or album or EP. Some songs can be misspelled or completely renamed. And also there are legal document issues that can arise that you might oversee as an independent artist. These are very important matters that can come into play later down the line when you're signed onto a record label and you're not entirely sure of the ins and outs of the deal. The third reason is profits. Most companies want to split the ownership of the music 50-50. So they basically say that you have the rights, but they will make 50% after all of the costs, like for example, artwork, mastering, and if needed, engineering of your tracks. This is why I decided to go as a solo independent artist, and I am not saying that it's the only or the best way to release music, but in my opinion, I think that having control over your own music as an independent artist is more important at this day and age, unless you are on a label that is providing a few key things such as exposure that you deserve, gigs if they are doing events, and yeah, those are pretty much the only 2 things that I can think of right now. But or if they're like an agency getting you profit through like commercials, advertisements, and so on, which you could also do yourself. When I decided to go as an independent artist to release my own music, since 2019, I decided to go into releasing music completely independently. I had a different name, a different alias that I was releasing under since 2014, which was Truly Yours. And when I was releasing under Truly Yours, some of my friends tried to talk me out of starting a different name, which is the one I'm currently using, Safa1. But I personally decided that it might be beneficial for me because of these reasons. For example, I was sampling a lot of other people's music when I was releasing under Truly Yours, and I didn't get any copyright claims, but there is always that what if situation, and I just felt kind of wrong. It felt kind of wrong for me to sample, and I don't have anything against sampling. I was actually sampling. That's how I began making music in the first place, was sampling other people's music, especially when I was working on hip-hop beats and lo-fi kind of beats and stuff like that. I grew up sampling vinyl records, making music with other people's music essentially, and it is a great source of inspiration. Although throughout the years in my music career, I've met people that have told me, like mentors and other artists, that have said, you should only use the sample as an inspiration to build on top of your foundation on the track, and then take out the sample and just go from there. But I even went a step further and just decided to, if I ever do make like sample-based music, I would only resample my own music. That way it's like sampling, but it's just my own stuff. And for all the people that are into sampling, that's awesome. More power to you. I love sampling, but I just felt like having total control over my vision and my songs, essentially. So yeah, I don't have anything against sampling. or remixing. Another thing that I don't really care to do is actually remix other people's music. Throughout the years, I've had a lot of labels and artists ask me, hey, can you remix this for us? Or hey, can we remix your song? And I always agreed until I started to realize that I'm not really into remixes unless it's like a collaboration kind of. So then it's still kind of like making an original song, but I don't have anything against remixing. It's not something that I am really interested in. I'm way more interested in original music and how it is made in that sense. Again, there is extremely well-made remixes and well-made music using samples, which I still listen to this day. Although in my own career as a musician and how I perceive the world in my environment for making music is more about being creative on an original basis as much as possible. Because at the end of the day, even if I'm playing the piano, that's still technically sampling, I guess, the piano, but each note is hit by me, is pressed by me, so that means that in some way, shape, or form, I'm creating as I imagined it to be. Whereas I don't disagree that sampling can be almost similar to that to an extent, but at the end of the day, you're still taking an original piece of work and making it into something else, which is not the way I wanted to continue making music. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you, and catch you in the next one.